I share screen, right? No. Okay. Can you see the word file? Can you see the word
Yes.
file?
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
Now we are going 3, I think, number 3. If wrong, please correct me. So in this case, you are given, last time is UDL, I mean the point load, easy, right? Everywhere you are going from one end to another end, and you do by cumulative way, keep on adding, and then you get your answer. That is what cumulative. So given with the member, with this cross section, right? It's a cantilever beam with UDL on top, UDL on top, and the span is, I put some more, and the span is from A to D, right? A to D, right? And this has a span of, I mean the unit UDL is 10 Newton per meter, 10 Newton per meter, Newton per meter, and then it is equally divided into point B, point C, point C, okay, this point C, and the distances are also marked here. Each one is can be, one moment, I take the same value so that you can compare the answer. We take positive, we mean shear force, in terms of shear force, how do you take? Downward positive or upward positive? Downward positive or upward positive? Shear force, recall, in shear force, how do we take it? This is the question I gave you. We take, repeat, this is the rule. Write the rule first. Rule is downward positive in shear force, downward positive, and then upward negative, right? Upward is negative. In bending moment, we take, just to say, if it is a one type of load, one type of support, you can say which is hugging or sagging la. But if it is many, it is a combination of all. The net result may be hugging or sagging, okay? In that case, just for now, understand that bending moment is taken, hogging as positive, and then sag is, this is sagging, sorry, this is sag like a coney bag like. Sagging is positive, hogging is negative bending moment. And then go with shear force calculation. Let's calculate shear force diagram, right? Shear force diagram. To do the shear force diagram, take the member given to you, right? It's a UDL, it's a UDL until the point D. Let's take one by one. I draw it here. UDL, right? It's all about the shear force, right? A to D and B, C. The distances are 1, 2, and 3. All meters, all meters. And UDL is 10 Newton per meter. Let's start with the left hand side. Easy for us to understand. At D, I'm marking here. At D, and what is the value of shear force? No, nothing. It's 0, right? At shear force at D will be 0 because nothing. It just started, right? And then exactly at D, moving from left, right to left, from D to A. Move from D to A. From when you move from D to A, you will have, start from D. Just take the left hand side of D. Calculate what is left hand side of D. So it should be increasing, right? Because the load started already. Left hand side of D should be equal to what is the distance and the load, corresponding load. Okay. For now, there is a small load started from D. Okay. That's why we have to have an on-site class, easy to explain. Right here, done. From here, it is starting to. I just remove it. At C, I can go directly at C because it's a uniform loader. I just go to point shear force at C. Shear force at C. How much is the value of shear force C? If you want to calculate, take it separately so that you can understand this bit more. This is your C, point C and point D, UDL, right? And 10 Newton per meter, and the distance is 1 meter. Okay, distance is 1 meter. To find out the value at will be 2, sorry, there's a correction. 2 meter, 2 meter and 1 meter, sorry, I correct here also. 2 meter and 1 meter. Oh, correct, only 2 meter, 1 meter. Okay, 2 meter and 1 meter. So in doing this is 2 meter, right? First of all, you need to change to point load to find out the shear force between or at point C. To find out, our now concern is to find out how much is shear force at C, the value at C. To find out the shear force value, the load, right? The shearing force or the loading and the corresponding response of the shear force developed in the member is calculated by this load. Change into UDL first. To change into UDL, you need to do 10 times 2, 20. So when you convert into UDL, it will be 20 newtons. Last time it was 10 newtons. Multiply by the meter, running meter, you will have 20 newtons. Now it is easy to find out the value. So the load is equal to 20 newtons. If you have in this form, it is also easy for you to calculate your moment. That's why we change to UD point load and then we calculate it. Okay, 20 newtons. Then shear force, similarly, can you send me for B? Shear force at B will be, take the same section, I leave it, I want this space for drawing. Take the point between, we are calculating at B, right? B, until B. It is until B, should be until B, because you are going from left to right, D to A. In that case, you have to calculate from D to A, which is, you have two items are there. Number one is 2 meter, right? 2 meter, and then this is 1 meter. 1 meter. So you need to do for all of them. And from D to B, in this case 10 Newton per meter. So convert this 10 into, total length is 3 meter. So it will be 30 newtons. This is Newton per meter, right? 10 Newton per meter times 3 will be 30 newtons. So at B, it will be a total of 30 newtons acting. It will be a total of 30 newtons acting. Okay. That means it's a very good animation. I don't know how much it will help me to show you. One moment, I remove the touchpad and easy for me to explain. Touchpad. Give me a minute. A second. Touchpad off. Okay, done. Easy for me. Okay. Now it is like this. Can you see the? I take the ruler. Where's the ruler? Ruler is missing, or just designer, draw, insert. Okay, I take this rod. Undo. Okay, let me finish it and then explain. So that is done, and then at A, shear force at A keep on increasing, right? Because all the members are subjected to the loading. When you see from here, like height until C to D, it is only this much portion, right? It is only this much portion of load acting. When you take this one, only from here to here, so much load, B to D, so much distance of loading is acting. All of you know the moment and the stress produced will be varying based on the distance. That is why you have to bother about the distance. When you come to A, the whole loading is acted upon, right? The whole loading you have to calculate, because up to A means you have to, the whole member is considered from D to A. Hence you have to calculate the total force acting on it. Accordingly, when you come to A, it was here. It was somewhere here. It is because you have to finish it. A to D. The whole load is 10 newtons per meter. The total distance is 6 meter. Okay, so the total value will be 10 times 6, which is 60 newtons. Okay, right? 60 newtons. Are you clear? Any questions so far? Shall we draw the diagram now? Shear force diagram. Axis, I put the axis in black color. Any question in the shear force diagram? No question, right? Answer me, please. Any question in the shear force diagram drawing?
No question, miss.
Okay. Let's draw the diagram. That is where the start from D. You start the value from D, and then you proceed. How much the value at D? Exactly at D? 0, right? 0, from 0 it is started to grow into 20. Number 1, you have to know whether it is positive or negative, correct? Whether it is positive or negative. Tell me whether it is positive or negative. All working downward, right? The force is acting. When you convert it here, when you convert into UDL, A to D, convert into UDL, 10 times 6 is 60, right? Acting downward. So shear force acting downward is positive or negative? Quickly, la.
Positive.
Downward, positive. Very good. In shear force we draw the positive upward, right? And then another thing, it is the UDL. If it is point load, you can have straight horizontal lines. Please bear in mind, later I give you the chart, don't worry, because I don't have time to cover all of them and then come to this point, because these are all covered in previous module. Anyway, I will provide you the chart so that you remember. I repeat, for point load, shear force should be straight horizontal lines. It cannot jump all of a sudden. It can only grow gradually. In UDL, it is an inclined line. It's a parabolic. Okay. In other words, it's a linearly varying in terms of distribution. That's why UDL for shear force diagram should be straight inclined lines. Okay. Let me mark. Start from this one is 0. Okay. Good. And then at C, how much is the value? Anyone? At C, how much is the value? 20. Positive upward, mark here. 20 positive, mark here. And then B positive upward, right? Positive also, right? Because its load is acting downward, it's positive. It's still growing. 30, a little bit higher here. And then at A it is 60. So I repeat, for UDL it should be a at 60. Then in the due to reaction it will go down. I will explain that one later. So you mark until this point, it has to come down to 0 because it is a fixed n, right? The total here, the total load should be, it's not fair to write here in this point, in this itself. The total load should be acting or counteracted by the equal load opposite to that direction according to fixed condition. If no fixed condition, our line is here. Our line is here. The eraser is not working. The eraser is not working. If no fixed n, our line is like this. Okay, because fixed n, there is another 60 acting at this point because of the fixed n. That's why it will come down to. You need to add. After this is 60 minus 60 will be going to 0. I have to put here. Okay, that is why I am returning to the axis. 60 minus 60 will be acting due to fixed n. That's why it is 0. With this, our value of shear force diagram is done. This is how you have to do it. Please all of you write down. Then we move on to bending moment. Any question? Bending moment diagram. Second part is bending moment diagram. If no question, I move on here. Let's take the value. Start from and take the member. The member is like this. Fixed n with the UDL of 6 Newton meter. No, 10 Newton meter. 10 Newton over meter. And this end is D. I have 2 meter is my C, and 1 meter is B, and this one is A. 3 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter. Okay, come on. Let's start doing this bending moment. Interesting one. At bending moment. Bending moment at bending moment at D. Start with D. Okay. Start with D. You have. Start with D. Certainly it has problem. Okay. Bending moment at D is equal to how much? How much? Anybody? Bending moment at D. Exactly at D. Okay, better you keep writing
0.
formulas. Very good. Force into distance, add D, exactly at D. Exactly at D is 0 because force into distance at D is, force is there, it's just started, but D is 0, right? F into 0 is equal to 0. And then bending moment at C, come on. What is happening? At C, come on. Force into distance, how much is it? At C. Until you must take the member until C, your UDL. Okay, please listen carefully. Your UDL is 10 Newton per meter. So convert that into point load first. How much is this when you convert?
20.
Very good. 20 newtons, because I converted. This is distance is 2 meter. It is convenient if you convert into UDL and point load. Now moment about C. Moment about C. You can now imagine about your the clockwise anti-clockwise thing, because so many loads coming in. But it's still all hogging only, right? This is going to bend like this, right? Because all in one direction only. Let it be. For now, just take it like this, right? Okay. About C, if you are taking about C, at C means about C. All the loads, resolve all the loads and the moments with respect to C. So start from D. If you start from D, you have here. I don't know, the arrow point is not there. Maybe my hand. You can see my hand. You can see my hand moving. The cursor moving. Everybody,
Yes.
please. Okay, very good. We have to do from here to here, right? From the D to C, we have to use it. I'm doing nonsense. Okay. Right. D to C, we have to correct. Now, we can conveniently write the value as force into distance. From D, there is nothing until the midpoint, but there is something at the middle, which is 20. Better I write fully. 10 times 2 is the load, times, what is this distance? Anybody? Only in this distance, right? What is the distance? Total is 2. This will be?
1.
Very good. Others also answer me. Everybody have to thorough off, because this is where later we go for continuous moment. Newton, right? Newton, sorry. Not only one person is answering. Okay, good. Bending moment at D. Next is our B. Come on. This one is Ongzan. Can you answer me? Ongzan, can you answer me? Force distance at B. Again change to redraw the structure, which is D, C, B, B, and this one is 1 meter. Oh, this is smaller. I do wrongly. Okay, doesn't matter. Not to scale. 10. Help me, Ongzan. Ongzan is there?
The force is 30 Newton.
Very good. Just he has clearly converted into B into D. B into D. He converted into B into D. Acting at what? Acting at 1.5 meter. Am I right? Because the whole is 3. Because all UDL from B to D, similar load is acting on it. So we converted in the beginning to point load by multiplying 10 into 3 total distance, which is the point load acting at the midpoint of this 3 meter. That is 1.5 meter. Okay, I write it. 10 times 3, this is load, times the distance is FD, and this is F. This is F. D is 1.5. Correct, Ongzan? Give me the answer.
Yes.
Give me the answer, please. Newton meter also. Okay.
45.
All are correct? Okay, good. And then bending moment at A. Come on. At A. Next, Derek, help me. How to find out the bending moment at A? I draw the diagram here. Take it sportively, even if you make mistake, no problem. You should correct it by today. C and B. B at 3, B. Okay. Now he can convert the whole load into UDL, right? Derry, help me. Try doing. How to answer for this one? Many more not A. This is A. First, you need to find out the point load, isn't it? Derek?
Yes, miss.
Please answer me. What is the point load acting at? Because it's acting from A to D, we can conveniently convert into total load. This one is 3, this one is 1, this one is 2, right? Total distance is 6, right? 6 meter. So 10 times 6 is 60. Or you just copy from your Chefos. Okay? Done? And you left with at what distance? Middle of the point. When you convert into point load, it will be acting at the midpoint of the span. Midpoint of the span is how much, Derek?
3, miss.
Correct. Come on, let's find out which is F times D again, which will be equal to your unit load and then the distance. This forms your force times 3. Come on, answer me. Newton meter.
$180, miss.
Louder, please.
180.
108. All are getting the same answer. Okay, let's
Yes.
draw. Okay, 180. Let's draw the diagram. Now follow the thumb rule. Follow the rule set for drawing the bending moment diagram. That is most important. Number 1, hogging or sagging. Because it's one load, I can say, right? If it is a different load, some portion of loading, and then some portion, it will be like this, maybe hogging and sagging, a multiple combination of hogging and sagging. But in this case, all download acting downward, right? Which is what? Hogging or sagging, Ongzan, Adel Gamal. What is this type of bending due to this load? Hogging or sagging? A to D. This is bending like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. And say what type of bending is it? Is it hogging or sagging? Gamma? Adel Gamal, absent. Let me check. You have to take attendance. He is here. Are you ready, Adel? Otherwise, Ahmad Nabil. Oh, I can see today. Very rare face, Ahmad Nabil. Where's my paper? Nabil, tell me, is hogging or sagging? You can refer to this diagram I draw first. Hogging or sagging? Hogging or sagging? Quick, people waiting. You're not there. Nabil? Ahmad Hassan, both absent. Gamal and Nabil absent today. Is it? I think absent. Hassan, Ahmad Hassan? Ahmad Hassan? What's that one?
Yes, miss. Yes.
Answer me, which is hogging or sagging, this type of bending. Due to this loading on top, it's only one type of loading, which is acting downward over the beam from A to D, which will cause hogging or sagging moment. That is going to define your shape of your diagram for bending moment. That's why you need to know which is hogging or sagging. Or just say anti-clockwise, clockwise also okay. But now it's very clear it is only one way of bending, either hogging or sagging. This type of bending is hogging or sagging. This is sag, coni sag, like sag at full depression. This is hogging. So this type of bending is hogging or sagging. I don't know what.
Sag.
How can you say sagging? Sag is a sag. If this is a okay, I understand your confusion. One moment. In this case, what is happening? You convert into UDF point load. It will be acting here like this, isn't it? 60 Newton. When you push it, it will be bending like this. It won't bend like this, isn't it? Am I right, Hassan? It won't bend like this. It will bend like this, isn't it? So it is a hogging moment. Got it, Hassan?
Yes, miss.
Okay. I don't know what is happening. So long answer. Right. So it is hogging. Everyone agreed.
Yes.
My team has agreed. It is a hogging moment, which is negative. Negative, you need to plot down. Okay. I draw here the bending moment diagram. When you plot the axis first here, right? When you put the axis here, A to D, it is confirmed that it is a type of hogging moment. Okay. Upward, convex, not convex shape, hogging is what? Negative or positive? Hogging is negative downward. Negative downward, also keep it as negative downward, all negative downward, positive upward, like shear force diagram. So negative downward means you must consider on the downward direction. Start from D. What is D? At D the bending moment is 0, mark 0, and then at B, at C your bending is 20, and then line for UDL. I repeat, for UDL your shear force diagram will be a parabola like this, not a straight line. UDL bending moment diagram is not a straight line but a parabola. The distribution of bending moment is not a very sharp change, a gradual change, because it's UDL. The gradual change is shown by a parabolic curve. Let's draw that. At C, I mark C first, my B and A. So at C it will be 20. I mark here 20, and then at B it is 45. At A it is also positive, all positive, all positive. You got the answer as positive, okay, fine, no problem. And then this one here, like this, mark here, okay. Hogging moment. Let me connect all these things. So when you come here, the moment due to this one, the reaction, already there is a reaction, right, which will cause equal and opposite. So it will automatically go down to join this member A. Become 0, must become 0, then only it is a equilibrium condition. So you have to draw a parabolic curve, like this, a parabolic one. Wait, I clear and draw again. It is like this, okay, 20, 45, and then 180, okay, 20, 45, 180, and then there is 180 cut 90, it will be 0 at this point, because of the reaction there. So you can find it this way, or otherwise there is another way of solving by applying the equilibrium equations. Better use this way, common sense. For the simple members, for big one, you of course you have to apply your equilibrium equations to solve. We will see one by one. I try to understand the concept, why we draw and what we draw, and the norms of drawing, positive or negative. So finally we finish with the bending moment diagram. With this you can check your answers whether all of you got the same answer or not. Write it as negative, although you got positive values, by virtue of this bending it is negative. That's why we draw it on the downward direction, negative. All right, because it's hogging. The sign convention is not much important, but use any one, either positive or negative, okay. With that, it should be fine. You have to get the right answers of the numbers and the shape, right? This is your bending moment diagram. I stop here for this question. Let's move on to next question. This one you are going to solve. Any question in this one? If not, I give you next one to solve. Take 10 minutes, hardly 5 minutes. I see who is coming first to show your answer. With that, you can see the competitive learning. I give you this question to solve. Again, bending moment shape force diagram. You're going to draw bending moment and shape force diagram. Please take this question, which is very simple, with some UDL as well. That is important. Or I give similar question. You want a similar question, or okay, let me give a similar question for you so that you can practice. Take this question, a combination will do. You must apply your knowledge and the way I solved it. It's a combination, a bit combination until 2 meter. Until 2 meter. I give the same so that I can compare the answer A and B. B, and then 3 going running to 3 meter is your C blank, and then from C there is UDL acting on it. UDL acting on it 20 meter, 20 Newton meter. From this point onwards 20 Newton meter until D, which is 3 meter again. Can you all solve this question? Don't worry, you take attempt, you make mistake also fine. I will do it for you, but correct yourself today. D, this is D. This is the point D. Start doing it. All of you draw first. Draw. This is your D, and this is 20 Newton per meter. This is 30 Newton per meter, and the blank inside. Just go from D to A, solve one by one, apply your common sense. I repeatedly say, if you apply common sense, you will know where the load is coming, whether you cover all the loads, whether you cover all the span. That is where common sense. Don't blindly work on it. We have to go for simply supported, that is too much work there. A bit more work to find reactions and all. So please do it faster. We have to do simply supported. Same, follow the positive, downward positive in the shape force, and upward negative in shape force. Bending moment also hogging, sagging, or sagging and hogging, negative, positive. Follow this and do it. If you finish shape force, anyone can share and show me the answer. I see who is coming first. If you done shape force, share screen and give me the answer. We will check. If a mistake also, don't worry. Make an attempt. All of you switch on your camera and do it.